honest to God, I'm not really sure how to describe it. Is it a maintained survivor? Is it a maintained original car? Is it a partially restored car? Is it a restored car? I don't know. You tell me, for a car like this, how would you describe it? Welcome back to the channel. Have you been wondering what's been happening with this project that we call the fridge? Well, if you followed along, you know that I went through this whole car, first fixing all the little mechanical things that were wrong with it. So it got a water pump and a radiator and a thermostat and a heater core and a fuel pump and a harmonic balancer. Really, I went through all of that stuff and I got a nice running car out of it. Then I went through and I kind of redid all of the trim that was sun savaged, because even though I call the car a garage find, really it was a car that was sitting in a driveway. So it's more like a driveway find, and it had spent quite a bit of its time outdoors. So all this trim was all sun savaged. So I redid all the stuff around the doors, the sunroof seals, cowl panel, wiper arms, quarter windows, all the window trim, door handles, locks, all of that. Plus a few little plastic interior pieces, things like the little cover over the mirrors that are always cracked. Then I went through and resolved a few electrical problems. I took out an alarm system that was causing a power draw. I isolated another small power draw to the factory CD player in the car. I don't really want to take the factory CD player out because it's such a rare option, but there is a little power draw there. I drove it on a few cruises last year. I took it to a few car shows, and I really felt the car was all but done. It's so stock, it's just way too nice for me to contemplate modifying. And I got Project Bad Decision, which nobody's going to feel bad about me modifying that car. This car, on the other hand, got a bunch of rare options. It's so stock, it's hard to bring myself to modify the car. So I decided not to. I took a few final steps here. It had a damaged passenger side marker light. So I replaced the whole light set. Looks a little nicer like that. All the lights work on this car, by the way, including the fog lights. The two wheels on the passenger side weren't the nicest wheels. They weren't bad, but they weren't the nicest. And I came across a couple of nicer wheels, so I switched those onto the car. Makes it look a little better. It's definitely a little bit of an improvement. And now I'm more or less drowning in cars here. I've brought this car along about as far as I want to bring it. It's a real nice, everything works stalker. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and sell it. But I hardly know where to begin describing the kind of car it is. On the one hand, it is so stock that it has an unblemished car light windshield and rubber wrap on the distributor and a factory coil cover and a factory air silencer horn. It's a real high option and nicely optioned car. Factory black interior, 93 with the real power seat option, not just power lumbar, it's a full power seat, and the factory CD player. It's an AOD car, of course, which makes for a nicer cruiser, or I guess if you were going to drag race a car, seriously, bracket cars are better with an automatic. It's got a sunroof. It's only got 124,000 kilometers on it, so that's something like, I think just a little less than 80,000 miles. I'm the third owner. It's got the original owner's manual and folder with it. It's got the factory sunroof bag. It's got the factory hatch cover. All that stuff is here. I mean, it even has factory catalytic converters on it, air pump. The air conditioner still has R12 in it, and I promise you, this car blows colder than any other air-conditioned car that I own. And I own, I think, 10 vehicles right now. So it's awesome. On the other hand, it's not really a true survivor. It's definitely a repaint. I did all this trim work on it, and it's had a few, mechanical repairs, just stock type service replacement type repairs, but repairs nonetheless. So, honest to God, I'm not really sure how to describe it. Is it a maintained survivor? Is it a maintained original car? Is it a partially restored car? Is it a restored car? I don't know. You tell me, for a car like this, how would you describe it? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the project Fridge. I think we did a lot of interesting stuff here, bringing a car back as a garage find car, and it's turned out great. If you ask me, I think it really turned out great, and it's a fun car to drive. It's time to move on to something else. I know we've already been showing you some of the Project Bad Decision, and that's going to continue. There's always other projects going on here. I'm looking forward to saying goodbye to the Fridge, freeing up some space in here, and moving on to the next thing. I'm going to give you a little bit of a look at the finished product after a restoration like this. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.